So we're gonna go through the different types of guitars, the three main types of guitars, which are the classical, the acoustic, and the electric guitar. So let's get started. So first we have your classical guitar. This is made with nylon strings. This is also going to be made with gut. Like it implies, it's usually used for classical music. It's got a warm sound. This is an older style. It's actually held a certain way. It's usually held kind of between the legs here in the lap facing to the left. The performer is usually seated in the classical position, like you see, and these strings are generally played with the fingers. Each finger corresponds with a different string. Classically, you use your fingernails, not your fingertips generally. So a lot of your classical guitars are going to have these long fingernails, but it sounds good. So anyway, you sit like this, and usually you have your left leg up on a block of some sort. And anyway, it's a warmer, more romantic sound. It really sounds good with the minor scale that we've kind of just gone over. Usually the bass notes are played with the thumb, and each finger corresponds with a different string. So as you can see, you get a really nice sound, warm. Depending on how hard you pluck the strings, the louder, the softer it can go. Again, the finger style, which we learned before, it's called pizzicato. It just means kind of plucking. Okay, next we're going to go over your standard acoustic guitar. This is a guitar that has steel strings instead of your nylon. And as you can see, the fretboard is much thinner than your classical guitar. This usually, you can pick this one with your fingers as well, but usually you use a plectrum, otherwise known as a pick, to make it sound brighter and louder. It does have a nice bright sound. Good for accompanying singing. It's good with the voice. It's good to be, these are really great strumming instruments with your different chords and things like that. I know we're going over triads, so usually these guitars sound really good playing triads, which is your three notes. So you can make really beautiful sounds using just three notes. The genre for acoustic is basically limitless. I believe all genres use an acoustic guitar of some sort. These are really cool. They don't need to be amplified, nor does the classical guitar. Same deal, got the sound hole, the sound board. Sound goes inside, bounces around, and comes out. A lot of different kinds of guitars, different ways to play this guitar, country to pop. You could do anything, reggae with this guitar. Really cool, versatile, nice because it doesn't have to be plugged in again. You can take it wherever you want. Sing, a lot of singer-songwriters use these things. It's really cool because you take it wherever you want, go to the beach, whatever, camping, and you can go ahead and play. Again, it's an accompaniment instrument usually, so campfire tunes, things like that. Super cool, fun to play. Okay, let's move on. Now let's go over the electric guitar. So these things were invented around came out in the 1950s. Early 50s. This one is a Gibson Les Paul. It is rumored that Les Paul himself invented the first electric guitar. It's called a log. Actually, he just had an old guitar and he put a pine board just down here. Back then, you know, when electricity and things like that weren't really used for instruments. So the electric guitar uses pickups which pick up the vibrations of these strings. Okay, again, you have 6 strings. The fretboard actually on these electrics are thinner than both the acoustic and the classical. You Usually use a pick with the electric, otherwise, you won't really be able to hear it. Some songs do use it, of course. Again, genres could be anything with the electric guitar, from reggae to blues, jazz, heavy metal, everything. Again, one of the first guitars, like I said, Les Paul is a good rock and roll guitar. It has the maple top. It's very sturdy. It's solid. Again, the strings vibrating send out an electric signal to the pickups. You won't be able to hear it if I play it. It's very weak and soft. It's because it doesn't have any resonation. It doesn't go into a sound hole or anything like that. It relies on electricity to make sound. So what happens is, you plug this in, you have to have some kind of amplification device. So you plug it in to an amplification device, then it goes through a speaker, and that's where you get your sound from. Electrics are really versatile, really cool. There's many different types. Here we've got a Fender. These were one of the first commercially successful guitars in the world, as a matter of fact. Fender was started in Fullerton, California, again in the early 50s. This one is a Telecaster. They also have Stratocasters. They started out with the Broadcaster. They have a Jazzmaster. They make basses. They do everything. They're great guitars. This Telecaster is well known for its country music now because of the twangier, brighter sounds it has, depending on which pickups. So you have your neck pickup and you have your bridge pickup. I'll demonstrate in a second, but the bridge pickup is going to give you a twangier sound. It's going to be your country music sound. And your neck pickup is going to be a little bit warmer because of the distance of the strings. It's where it's picking up that vibration really matters. And I'll demonstrate this one, and I'll demonstrate the Stratocaster as well, and kind of give you an idea what the different sounds are. Okay, so let's plug her in. So again, this is the Telecaster. Here's the twangy sounds. I'm going to put it on the bridge pickup here and kind of let you listen to how it sounds. So as you can see, really bright, twangy sounds, the Nashville sound, everything like that. And if I put it down to your neck pickup, as you can see, see that? Softer sound, jazzier, bluesier sound. Electric guitar is super cool because you can plug it into a bunch of different effects, which I'll show you in just a second. I wanted to kind of show you, this is the Telecaster now. And as you'll notice, it actually has 3 pickups, so it's got much more versatile. You can come up with different sounds with this. Again, any genre with this guitar. It's been played forever. Classic rock, reggae, country, you name it. They can play it. Again, you can get different effects with these. Just kind of turn it up to something different. So these have more of a... kind of like a surf style. Super cool. You can do a lot of acoustic stuff with this as well. So it's, like I said, it's extremely versatile. You can do whatever with this. I did want to talk about, the different kinds of amplifications and the different kinds of effects and things like that. I'll show you some pedals in a second, but you have different effects. Like you have different reverb, you have compression and all that. Like I said, the Les Paul is really good for rock and roll. Anyway, so that's with the distortion on. It's super cool to play around with. That's why a lot of people choose the electric guitar. It's actually a little bit easier to play. You can solo with them, you can bend different chords. So let me just show you. So as you can see here, you have a bunch of different effects pedals. You have your distortion over here. You can have a compressor over here. Drivers. You have your overdrives, your reverbs, all that kind of stuff. It's super neat. Well, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned something. I hope everybody has a great holiday. Thanks.